And today on the Tacomaholic channel, we install another mod from Mesocustoms. But this mod is by far the coolest one I've done yet. So excited. So let's take a look at the interior overhead Molle rack system from Mesocustoms. Now before we actually get into the video, I do want to say that if you are at all interested in getting one of these racks, stop watching the video right now and go buy one, because they are currently $50 off, which is 33% of the price. So you can get it for just $100. I believe it's sort of like a leftover Black Friday sale from the Thanksgiving specials. I could be mistaken, but I have no idea how long the sale is going to last. So if you are interested in one, pause the video, go buy one, and then come back and let's talk about it. And of course, if you do get one, let me know down in the comments below. Now before I really dive in and start to talk about this thing, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. I got mine bare. You can get it bare obviously like this, and this is what the finish looks like. Or for a small fee, you can get it powder coated black. You guys know me, I gotta be a little bit different, so I'm gonna give it my own little paint job. So I just wanted to show you the quick baseline before I work my little magic. Okay, here I am inside ready to paint. I'm going to go through a few things real quick, then I'll just get everything painted up. I am going to go ahead and wipe down the entire Molle rack. Even though I'm not really getting any like metal cut, like dust residue or anything like that, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it down with some Tub of Towels degreasing wipes. These things are great. If you've never used them before, I highly recommend them. I will be wearing gloves while I'm doing this, because no sense wiping down the metal surface that's getting painted if you're just going to put your greasy fingerprints all over it. So I'll go ahead and give that a good wipe down. Then I'm not really sure which paint I'm going to go with. I have this, both of these are the Rust-Oleum paint and primer in one, and since this is obviously going on the inside of your truck, no reason to really get crazy with it as far as weatherproofing, so not sure which I'm going to go with. This is like a metallic with like a finish, and the other one over here is like a satin black. So I'm going to try a couple sprays, see which one I like better, and then same with this, I'm going to put a few orange highlights on it just to match the theme of my truck. In case you guys want to do something similar for your Molle rack or any other painting project, links for all these things down in the description below. Not sure if it's going to come up on camera, but I did get quite a bit of grime off it, so nice clean painting surface. Going to let that dry for a few minutes, then get started. And the rack is now dry from the cleaner. As you can see, I do have it set up on 4 of these little painter's pyramids, which are great, so you can get whatever you're painting off the surface that it's resting on. That way when you're done painting, it's not like stuck to the side and you have a nice tear line. So definitely recommend you guys pick up some of these if you don't already have them also.
One eternity later.
And this is day 2 of the painting project. I wanted to make sure the orange could fully cure overnight, because now what I'm going to do, that I have the bottom part orange, I'm going to take some regular graphic tape and mark off what I want to remain orange. Once that's all marked off, then I'll just go ahead and paint everything else again in black. Let that dry, then pull the tape up, and hopefully the basic orange design will look great. And all the little black lines right here you can see are where I'm gonna want it to remain orange after I peel everything up. So now just a few more coats of the flat black and let it dry overnight and we're done. And after allowing that last coat of black paint to fully dry overnight, I wanted it to make sure it was fully cured, because when I'm gonna take my little pocket knife here, get it under the edge of the first strip right here, and if any of this is just a little damp, it could stick to it. Even with it completely dry, you want to make sure you peel this super slowly, because I don't want to, you never know if the paint underneath, the orange there, is stuck to the bottom of my tape. And you want to make sure the line for the black and the orange is nice and crisp. So just take your time, peel that up. I can see on the bottom adhesive part of the tape, not sure if it's going to come up on camera, I do see some orange paint, which is to be expected, but the orange line still looks nice and bright. Exactly what I wanted. So I'll go ahead and finish peeling all these up and show you guys the final product. And there's the finished product. You can see just a few of the orange accent lines. To make it pop a little bit, of course I will have stuff like Velcroed and strapped onto this thing in no time. But for the time being, there it is. Does that look good? I think so. Of course, if you do decide to get one of these Molle racks, and of course if you decide to paint it in some kind of weird way like I did, please comment below, let me know what color you go with. And the installation for the rack is fairly straightforward. On my second gen, you obviously have two of your grab handles up here. You will be losing the function of these, so just keep that in mind. On either side of the handle, you have this little tab. You can see it simply pulls open. And on my second gen, it is a 10mm bolt, so you will need a 10mm socket for that. There is just one bolt on either side, so once you remove those, the whole handle will come right off. And then you are left with just the bare surface to mount the rack. Now, as far as actually mounting the rack, the second gen, it just screws right in. For the third gen, there is a few steps you have to do, which obviously I can't go over since I don't have a third gen, so just make sure you download the instructions on the Mesocustoms website. To install the rack, the kit does come with some hardware. You can see here you have 4 sets. You do have a bolt, which does have an Allen key head on it, which is 5/32. So you will need one of those keys to install it. And then you can see each one has a washer and a spacer, and when you install them, the rack will actually just go in between the spacer in the back and then the washer and the bolt, just like that. And here's what the finished product looks like. Look at that. Love this mod. And the best part, you can see here in my rear view mirror, it does not hang down at all to block any of the view. Of course, I will install some things. I will install some pouches and other things on the rack, but not like it's really going to stick down more than an inch or two, so super pumped with the way this turned out. And regarding this install, it is 1,000 times easier to have someone hold one side for you while you attach the other side. Don't try to do it yourself. I tried that at first, just trying to use my head to balance the middle. I just looked like an idiot, and I got frustrated, so definitely a 2-person install, just to make it easier. Okay, I'm sort of crouching in the back of my truck like a sumo wrestler to get this shot, but I just wanted to show you, of course, with the rack unloaded, you can see it sticks down, it looks like just 3/4 of an inch from the headliner, maybe an inch. It's kind of hard to tell because my forehead is pressed into my headliner as we speak, but certainly does not block your view at all. And now that I have the rack installed, it is of course naked, and this is where I really need y'all's help. So please comment below, let me know, give me some suggestions of items you would like to see me install on the Meso interior overhead Molle rack. Definitely think about getting some kind of first aid kit Molle pouch to put in here. And while we're on the topic, again, even though I'm going to install everything on this as securely as possible, remember this is behind you, so avoid installing heavy items on here that, in the event that you are in an accident and there's a chance they might come loose, just be aware of that, because you don't want the heaviest thing over here right behind your head, whacking you in the back of the head over here. So just, practice common sense, be safe about it. But please, if you guys have any cool suggestions on what you would like to see mounted up here, please go ahead and comment below. And one final thing I would like to mention, just giving my personal experience about this, I did, of course, paint mine just to make it just a little custom, but unless you want to do some kind of design like I did with the orange lines, I'd definitely recommend just getting it powder coated from Meso JDM, because I had this thing painted and probably sitting for about, I don't know, 3 to 5 days just waiting to be installed because I was running a fan on it just to sort of get those paint fumes out of the way. Let it air out a little bit, since it is, of course, on the inside of my truck, I don't want to have those paint fumes in there. So that was a long couple days to wait because I was so excited to get this installed. So like I said, if you're not going to do anything crazy with your painting, it's only a few bucks to get it powder coated from Meso JDM, so go that route. So it's ready to install as soon as you get it. And that will do it for this video, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. If you would like to support it just a little bit more, go ahead and check out my website, grab some merch, check out the clothing you can get, Tacomaholic and TRD Amateur on Teespring. And of course, if you'd like to be a Patreon, go check out the Tacomaholic Patreon page. Thank you so much for stopping by. Go ahead and subscribe if you love everything related to Tacomas. Give the video a thumbs up, comment something below, and help me grow the channel by sharing this video with your friends and family on social media. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.